qualifiers for today. It's the K2 Men's 500. This is a new event. Of course, it was the K2 1000 in Tokyo. The distance has been reduced now to 500 metres. Part of the reason being because 200 metres is no longer on the calendar, unfortunately. But we were hoping, and I think we've seen that a lot of 200-metre paddlers are now stepping up and doing the K2 500 and also the K4 500. So we're going to see some out-and-out sprinters in this field teamed up with some guys who can go all day. And we are going to see the reigning world champions from Hungary, Bence Nadas and Balint Kopás. Balint Kopás, of course, the 1,000-metre gold medalist from Tokyo. And right next to them in lane 8, we'll see the Australians, Jean van der Westhausen and Thomas Green, who are the K2 1,000-metre gold medalists from Tokyo as well. They've dropped back to 500 metres. They've rarely, if ever, finished off a podium since coming back to the 500, but they've not won. So they're looking for a breakthrough win here at the world titles. But gee, it's a strong field though, Emma, I've got to say. We've got the Lithuanians who are like runaway trains.
And the Germans will have the home crowd screaming at them.
The German fans have turned out. They're desperate. They've only had the one big gold medal, and that was in the men's K4 the other day. They desperately want to see a gold medal today, and I'm sure that Felix Frank and Martin Hiller will have the crowd right behind them. We know that the Portuguese, Ribeiro and Baptista, are also fast. And the Spaniards, you just cannot rule them out. It's a really, really good field. It's hard to... You would think the Hungarians will start favourites. They are the defending world champions. But don't discount the Australians and don't discount the Lithuanians. And it really is a good opportunity for us today to have a look at this field and see these athletes and get a bit of a sneak preview of what could be an exciting Olympic event in 12 months' time.
Absolutely, and quite interesting to see... the difference in training will be huge, training for 1,000 as opposed to a 500. So I'm really interested to see how they've adapted their training regimes and changed their whole race delivery, because just the strategy over 500 is clearly very different to over 1,000, and then again for the 200 like we've seen earlier this morning. So really interesting from an athlete perspective to think how they've had to change not just their training but maybe their strength ratios and the actual
flying at third.
I think Australia.
Distance here. Kopás from Hungary, Green from Australia. Two of them who are out and out distance paddlers. You shouldn't discount the Canadians, of course. Poulin and McTavish. They had a great World Cup the year before last in Poznan. They had a fantastic World Cup result. So they will go fast. Spicer and Havel from the Czech Republic looked good in their heat, in their semi-final. Del Rio and Rodrigo Jumaid from Spain in lane 3. In lane 4, let's just stick here with Spicer and Havel. They've been in combination for quite a while now, so they know each other very, very well. And I think that counts a lot when you're consistently in a boat with the same person and you know their strengths and weaknesses.
Absolutely, and I think an interesting fact that people at home may know or may not know is that you have to wear identical kit if you're in a crew boat. So I only found that out, I've been doing this for 10 years, and I only found that out, I think, last year, that it has to be really, really identical, from the underlayers to the vests, even to headwear or not headwear.
Well, it's funny you mention that. I remember in the K2 mixed when for the Portuguese, because Fernando Pimenta always races with a hat, and he was racing with, I think it was Teresa Portela, and she refused to wear a hat. She said, no, I'm not wearing a hat. So Pimenta had to take his hat off, and he had to race bald-headed. He was not happy about it, but they won. Now, speaking of Portugal, they are the Portuguese. Expect them to go very fast. Expect them to be challenging for the lead at some stage during the race. Ribeiro and Baptista.
Wow, they look strong.
Don't they? Possibly your favourites, I think, Bence Nadas and Balint Kopaz. Nadas was in the K4, of course, as well. They were really strong. And the Australians, Van der Vesthuysen and Green, not sure about their hats.
I'm not sure about their hats. They don't look terribly aerodynamic, but I'm sure they've worked it out and they're confident.
Yep.
Quite often it's about feeling good. It's about knowing that you're feeling good and you can do it.
And Holpert and Dragicevic from Serbia in the outside lane, lane 9. Now, this is an Olympic event, folks. 6 boats. 6 boats here will earn quotas for Paris next year. Now, it might not necessarily be the top 6 boats. It will all depend, obviously, on who was in the K4s, who's in K1s that have already earned quotas. It all becomes a little bit messy, but
there's a lot on the line.
Yeah, there is a lot on the line, and really the first thing you want to do is finish top 6 to give yourself a chance. So right next to each other, lanes 7 and 8 is Hungary and Australia. Watch out for the Lithuanians, watch out for the Portuguese, and watch out for the Germans. It really is a very even race. I was asking around before the race for people to tell me who would win. Nobody could tell me with any confidence who will win this race. So we're underway now, and a very good start from the Lithuanians. They really flew out there in the middle of the field. So that is Maldonis and Olejnik. They are part of the K4 as well for Lithuania that qualified a quota. So they are racing out now for the early lead. The Germans trying to go hard with them. The Australians just dropping back a little bit, trying to pick up a bit of pace in the back half of the race. This is a 500-metre race, don't forget. So pretty even now. At the top of the screen in lane 3, it looks like the Spaniards maybe have got a little bit of an advantage over the Portuguese now, and the Lithuanians are still there. So it is Spain in front. That is Del Rio and Jumad. Sitting in second position, very close indeed. The Portuguese looking strong. It looks like the Hungarians are also now coming through, Nadas and Kopaz. But Del Rio and Jumad are in front at the moment from Spain. Let's get back onto the race. We need to see the race. There we go. It is coming across. It looks like the Hungarians now who are slipping into the lead. Right next to them, though, it's the Portuguese. It's Hungary, Portugal, and it looks like Spain as well, but it's the Hungarians and the Portuguese. Look at the Portuguese pair go. They are digging deep. This is Ribeiro and Baptista. This will be a big result for Portugal. Spain is hanging on. The Germans are coming through as well. You can hear the crowd getting behind them. But at the moment, it looks like it's Portugal holding on. They think they're going to get the gold. The Hungarians flying. Portugal first. Hungary second. Oh, did the Czechs flying get third?
I think Australia came back as well for a close finish.
What a finish. But the Portuguese, look at what that means to them.
We said they looked good on the start line, didn't we? We said they looked strong and focused, and what a run.
They have held off the world champions. The race for third, incredibly close, but no doubt at all about the winner. The team
it might be a photo.
It's going to be very close. The Spaniards were there. The Australians, you said, were there. The Czechs flew home as well. It looks like Spain might have got the bronze, which is a pretty good result. They held on. They were out there in the lead early on. It looks like they might have held on to the bronze, but the gold medal will go to Portugal. And that is a great result for Portugal. For so long, Portugal has been all... You can see... Look at that, Emma. Look at the emotion. Look what that means.
And I'm welling up just watching that, because you know what it's like being on the water, all the hard work that this could have been years in the making of them to get this world title.
Wow.
And look at the emotion there.
Just look at that.
That's the power of sport right there, Ross.
Don't tell me sport doesn't mean anything to people, because there are enough tears. I mean, I don't know what the flood levels are like on this river, but those blokes are filling it up right now with bucket loads of tears. Amazing. And it's good on them. And, for so long, Portuguese canoe sprint has been all about Fernando Pimenta. That's all we've heard about, and rightly so, because the man is a legend. But these two young men have just had the race of their lives. They are world champions. They have a quota for Paris next year. Let's have a look how close this is. So Portugal holding on. Ooh, gee, the Spaniards, look at the top there. Czechs flew home as well. Not a lot in it. And all credit to the Hungarians. They really did put it all on the line. But the Portuguese pairing of Ribeiro and Baptista.
A tenth of a second between third and fourth as well. It's just amazing the fine margins between medals, no medals. But hopefully quota spots for those top 6.
So, yes, so Portugal, Hungary, Spain, Australia, the Czechs and Germany. They are your top 6. The Germans not quite. Interestingly, Lithuania finishing 7th. I thought they might have been a bit more forward than that, but not today. They were challenging earlier but fell off. I just can't get over the emotion here. I hope we're going to see and hear what this means to these two.
Still crying, so I think
yeah, of course, yeah. He's not going to take those sunglasses off, that's for sure.
And the thing is, you're so exhausted at this point as well. To try and hold anything in is just impossible.
Yeah. Look at that. Good on you, chaps. Fantastic result. There's 10 years age difference between these two paddlers. Ribeiro is 98, born in 89, Baptista in 1999, so 10 years age difference. That's Ribeiro there, 749.
The Portuguese, Ribeiro and Batista, the new world champion. Very emotional win. Tell me that.
This year we were always very close, very tough races. Today we saw the back win, we were fast and we managed to finish first. It's a very good feeling. This year we will always this close to the medal or this close to winning, but today it all makes sense.
Joao, you've been around for a while. You're back on the top. It means a lot for you.
Yeah, my children is in the hospital. And very difficult to compete this weekend, but it's okay. I'm world champion, and I give you the medal for my children.
Good luck for you, and congratulations to both of you. Portugal, world champion.
Wow. It all makes sense now, doesn't it?
And that's the amazing thing is you don't ever know what someone's got going on outside of that 200 metre or 500 metre race. And there's sometimes so many things that people are having to deal with as well. And to be able to deliver like that when you've got that sort of pressure and emotion,
Yeah.
amazing.
I mean, sometimes, Emma, you've been there, sometimes it inspires you to work harder, to push yourself through that pain barrier because you know there's someone else in your life or someone that is facing a bigger challenge that you're facing and compared to what they're going through, you know, you're out there on the water just trying to paddle. You lift yourself to a whole new level.
Yeah, I can remember in the run-up to Rio, unfortunately my baby niece